Well, hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. We did it. It's the weekend. We made it. You got this. I told you we were going to get through this week. It was a weekend and a half of a week, but we got through it. And now it's Saturday. We can settle in to a wonderful, wonderful day as my notes fall off the computer, because that's what happens on these shows. You never know what to expect. It is definitely live every single time, and you never know what's going to happen. Hey, Tony, good morning. Happy Saturday. Yes, finally the weekend. Let's all. We did it. We did it. That's right. We made it. It's Saturday. So good to be here on a super Saturday. And I've been here racing to the last minute trying to get the show together, as I do every single time. I don't know why it surprises me anymore. Every single time I start getting this show together, I start an hour plus early, getting everything together. I get caught up in stuff, finding pictures, reading things. And before you know it, I'm like scrambling at the last minute just to get on the air. Like you see me smiling. I'm almost surprised that I'm actually on the air every single time, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. It's part of the fun, right? The adrenaline rush for me, and hopefully the positive energy for you. It's all good. It's all good. So we will talk a little bit about why I was caught up, and it took me a while to kind of get things together here, because let's say on this day, yesterday, we learned a little bit of holiday treat fun coming up here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Yes, we learned several new things, and I was going through so many food pictures, tasty holiday treats, that I got caught up in it. I spent 25, 30 minutes just looking at food fun from a holiday. And we're going to go through a little bit of that here, including this, which I found fascinating, is that in Communicore Hall, which I know is some people have had some issues with. I haven't had as big a problem with it as some people, but I know others had, that they really wanted more out of this. Well, looks like we might get a little more out of this coming up here this holiday season. Once the holiday season's already started at most of the Walt Disney World Resort, but it won't start at Epcot till Food and Wine ends. So that'll be November 29th when they begin their holiday stuff, the Festival of the Holidays. And at a Communicore Hall, apparently they're going to be putting together an 8-foot tall gingerbread spaceship Earth to present there. And I think that's wonderful. You can see it being built here a little bit more. You can see some of the wonderful pastry chefs excited putting it together. And not only that, apparently it's going to light up at different times and go along with music, kind of like Spaceship Earth itself. Have a little show to go along with music throughout the day. And so that's going to be spectacular. I can't wait to see what that's all about. I think we have a middle of December trip planned out to Walt Disney World. Michelle might get out there before I do, but I think we have some, but I can't wait to see what that's all about. And apparently they're going to have a countdown clock in there, so you can kind of know when it's going to happen. You walk into Communicore Hall and say, it's going to be going on in 10 minutes. Let's hang out. Can't wait to see what happens with this. And they're also going to have apparently what they call the Glittering Grove, which they say are going to be some twinkling trees, holiday trees in there. That's exciting. I can't wait to see. I know that, like I said, there's been some criticism. I'm guessing, I don't know if Disney had this planned all along. Maybe they heard some of the criticism and decide we need to do more with this space. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. And hopefully this is the beginning of many, many more fantastic things. Although, like I said, I didn't have an issue with it to begin with, but I know lots of people did. So we'll see what happens. Also, 2 holiday kitchens out there, including the one that will be within the Communicore Hall itself, the experimental prototype cookies of tomorrow. Yes, Epcot in there. I'm sure that'll be part of the cookie stroll. Can't wait to see that. And they will also be selling there, apparently those triangles. You see them here, what they're putting up there. Here you can see them kind of cutting them out there. They'll be selling those gingerbread triangles there, along with some, some decorating kits that you can kind of do some interesting things. So that's kind of fun. I'm excited. I love gingerbread. I love gingerbread from the Disney holidays. So I'm sure we'll be buying some of those for sure. Also, the other one that's out just outside will be festival favorites still. So they're planning on putting out some more of the holiday festival favorites out there to check out. Other things going on around Communicore Hall. Apparently, right outside, they're going to be having your ability for complimentary to do some snowflake decorating. So that's fun for the entire family. That'll be great. And I'm guessing it'll be on the stage where they have the Celebración and Canto. They'll be having a performances of joyful celebration of the season out there. So that'll be fun. It'll be really holidays throughout there, and that's exciting. That's what we go for during the holiday season, is for the decorations, for the holiday fun, and can't wait to see what's going on there. But these are the things that cut me scrolling through the Disney Parks blog and finding interesting thing. It's these pictures of these wonderful, tasty treats that are going to be, and I'm not going to get anywhere close to all of them. And we're not even into the actual festival of the holidays yet. They haven't released that foodie guide yet, but stuff that can be found throughout all the Disney resorts, throughout some of the parties, the Very Merry Christmas Party, etc., Jollywood Nights, Disney Springs. So many good, wonderful holiday treats. It's all about the holiday treats, right? So much fun stuff. Love this one, the gingerbread cheesecake. That's something I think I'll be trying. Like I said before, I love gingerbread. I love spice. I love cheesecake. I'm looking forward to checking that out for sure. Tony, sounds great. You can come down, Tony. Really. You do those one-day turnaround trips from New Jersey down here all the time. I think the holiday season is the perfect time for you to do another one of those. Tony, come on down. Enjoy some of the holiday treats. Yes, I'm going to sucker you in. I'm going to lure you in. You got to do it, Tony. You can do it. It's easy. You got this. You've done it before. You're going to do it again. Plus, look at all these wonderful treats that you got to try. That cheesecake looks great. Of course, there are some wonderful cocktails out there. Looks like more gingerbread, the gingerbread martini, or the holiday fruit cake old fashioned that's available through various different places in the parks. If you like a good adult beverage as well, plenty of non-alcoholic drinks as well. Like, how about this red velvet milkshake that's going to be available at Disney's Hollywood Studios? That's something I'll be trying for sure. Can't wait for that. And, if you're looking for more savory items, maybe at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, look at some of these wonderful charcuterie and interesting things out there, including these interesting, you see bottom right there, these deviled eggs, which are perfect for today because, hey, you know what today happens to be? It happens to be National Deviled Egg Day. So maybe you go to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar and try out some of their deviled eggs. I know they have one that's regularly there that's called, chicken on the egg, which they have like a little piece of fried chicken on top of a deviled egg with a little hot sauce, hot honey sauce, a sweet and spicy sauce on top of it. Something definitely to sample today. So yeah, National Deviled Eggs Day. Great day to check out Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar or wherever, whatever. You like deviled eggs? I love deviled eggs. I can get in trouble with deviled eggs. I'll just keep popping them in my mouth, and it's really bad afterwards, but they're just very good. Love me some good deviled eggs for sure. Other things that we're celebrating on this day, it is National Bison Day. So do you know a bison? Do you know what a buffalo is? Some people will say they're the same thing. They're slightly different. There's a difference in the hump in their back and everything. This is a bison. I tried to look for bison in Disney and I didn't really find any. The closest thing I found were a couple of buffalo. That's Junior the buffalo there from Home on the Range, and also Chief Bogo. I found him from Zootopia, but they're both buffalo. They're not bison. So, oh well. But you can still celebrate your favorite bison. Bison are cool. Also, on this day in Disney history, which is an interesting day for Michelle and myself, actually, in 2001 on this day, Monsters, Inc. debuted in theaters. And it is one of our favorite Disney Pixar films of all time. Love Monsters, Inc. Scott loves Monsters, Inc. He can watch it and he'll just crack up at it. He loves it so much. We love it so much. And we especially love it because while it wasn't the day it debuted, within the next couple days, and I don't know exactly the date, but within the next handful of days, it'll be the 23rd anniversary of when Michelle and I had our first Disney date. Our first time going and seeing something Disney in the theater together. We'd been together not for that long at that point. It was fairly new in our relationship, but yeah. So this movie's extra special for us because it was our first Disney date. was going to see Monsters, Inc. And again, well, he couldn't have picked a much better film to go check out for that. So yeah, very special day for us as well. Also on this day in history, well, the Spruce Goose did its one and only flight. Do you know what the Spruce Goose is? It was this enormous plane made by Howard Hughes. He's a little bit off his rocker, as we know. Howard Hughes made this enormous plane out of wood, and it flew on this day for the one and only time. It flew for about a mile. It only got 70 feet off the ground, but it did fly. It is still to this day the biggest flying boat of all time. There are some planes that are slightly bigger in some ways, longer anyways. Some of the modern jets, somewhat modern jets, are a bit longer. Nothing's had a longer wingspan. The wingspan of this plane was 300. It was a football field. It was 300 feet. No plane has ever had, as far as I know, a longer wingspan than the Spruce Goose. Just a crazy, crazy thing. And actually, the Spruce Goose, after many years, there was a display in Long Beach of it that was run by the Walt Disney Company. Disney had it. They gave it up after a while. I think you can still see it out if you go to Long Beach, right next to the Queen Mary. They have a big area there, and I think the Spruce Goose is still there. Don't quote me on that. I'm not positive, but I think that it is there. There's a reference to the Spruce Goose and the Rocketeer. Favorite Disney movie. Very good. Very good. Yeah, Phineas and Ferb, they actually build, what is it? It's a bigger plane. It's a paper mache airplane that Phineas and Ferb built one day. They heard about the Spruce Goose and they wanted to beat it. So they built something bigger, and it was a paper mache airplane that they built. It ends up landing in water. Spoiler alert, Phineas and Ferb ends up landing in water and dissolving, because that's what happens with paper mache. Anyway, good stuff. So a couple Disney references to the Spruce Goose out there. So thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. Other things. What are we talking about today? Hey, 1983, Thriller, the single for Thriller was released worldwide. I found it interesting that it was released 2 days after Halloween, because it's just kind of now it's become a Halloween classic. Oh, Michelle must be watching, because she just mentioned the Paper Pelican. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Hyperion Adventures Podcast checking in. Hi, Michelle. She's not coming in here to say hi, but she's chiming in from bedtime, watching this as she slowly wakes up this morning. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you putting in your part. Thank you. The Paper Pelican. Very good. Of course, Michelle would know her Phineas and Ferb, for sure. For sure. Anyway, back to Thriller. Hi, sweetie. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Sorry. Oh boy, what a day already. What a start. Yes. She's working on tomorrow's show. I'll get into that in a moment. Yes, working on tomorrow's show. Good. I'm glad she's putting in some work there, because we have some work to do on tomorrow's show. Thriller, the single debuted a couple of days after Halloween. It's become such a Halloween classic song that I thought it was interesting that it debuted as a single on this day. Of course, the album Thriller had been out for a while. But the single debuted on this day in 1983. And of course, probably much better known for the actual music video, which was phenomenal, crazy good, just a masterpiece of a music video. But yeah, Thriller was released as a single on this day in 1983. Hey, if it's your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. I still want to say November 2nd of 2024. Here's just a few of the people that you celebrate birthday with today. How about Stephanie Powers? She was born on this day in 1942. She is 82 today. Stephanie Powers, you may know, did you watch the show Heart to Heart? One of my favorite shows when I was young. Loved watching Heart to Heart. Such a fun, interesting kind of crime show between this couple that were married. And again, happy birthday to her. Ray Walston. Yes, Ray Walston. We lost him back in 2001. But my favorite Martian, Mr. Hand, so many great parts. He was born on this day in 1914. He would have been 110 today. Do you believe that? But yeah, Ray Walston, we just saw him recently. We're rewatching Star Trek Voyager, and he played a little part in a couple episodes in Star Trek Voyager before he passed away back in the late 90s. So yeah, it was interesting to see Ray Walston in that. Also, Steve Ditko. Amazing comic artist. The person one of the people responsible for some of your favorite Marvel characters. He's a Disney legend, including Spider-Man. He's Drew Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, so many others. Steve Ditko, he would have been 97 today. He was born on this day in 1927. Unfortunately, we lost him back in 2018. But yes, Disney legend Steve Ditko, his birthday today. And of course, Ross from Friends, David Schwimmer. He turns 58 today, born on this day in 1966. So a very happy birthday to them and a very happy birthday to you. Hopefully you're celebrating it in the best way possible. A couple of notes going forward. Just remember, tomorrow or tonight, actually, we changed the clocks back. We go fall back. We gain an extra hour. It's a long weekend, everybody. We gain an extra hour this week. So note your clocks will be wrong tomorrow. Or if you haven't reset your clocks in spring, Michelle, I'm looking at you. You will be right tomorrow, finally. Yes. So be prepared for that. You get an extra hour. So sleep in, enjoy it, take advantage of that extra hour, whatever you got to do. Enjoy it. Although, unfortunately, going forward, that sun is going to be going, those nights are going to come very, very quickly for us because I think the sun, we're way south in the U.S. For some of you up north, like you, Tony, it's going to get dark super early. I think the sun's setting around here around a little after 5:30 beginning tomorrow. For the rest of you, yes, Michelle, yes, she knows. She knows about her clock in her car. Yes. Yes. For the rest of you, it may be dark before you get off work. So just be prepared for that. But hey, enjoy the extra hour this week. And then also, yes, we are working on today's episode. That's why Michelle isn't joining me today. She is busy trying to figure out what are we going to do with this week's episode. It's going to be something to do with sidekicks. So it was something in the sidekick showdown. We don't know. I think pretty much after I wrap up this show, we're going to be having a little show meeting to discuss exactly what that means, what that's going to look like. We have some concepts, but we'll be working on that today. And then tomorrow morning, and yes, that show will debut somewhere midday. If you're on the East Coast, maybe around 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. And then if you're on the West Coast, obviously that means 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. But yeah, we're excited. Disney Sidekicks. Who doesn't love Disney Sidekicks? We'll have something fun to discuss with that. It's going to be a fun episode this week, no matter how we decide to go about it. Maybe it'll be a 5 favorite list. Maybe it'll be pick your champion, this one versus that one. I don't know. But maybe I was thinking about something about maybe doing teams where we kind of do a schoolyard selection of our own teams. And then you tell us who came up with the better sidekick team. I don't know. We'll figure it all out, but it's going to be fun. And we can't wait to have you listen to that episode coming up this week. All right. Going to say goodbye for the day. I've already gone way too long. Everybody, have a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy it. Enjoy the extra hour this weekend. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. East Coast time. Yes, it will be 8 a.m. East Coast time, no matter what your clock says, to bring you some more smiles, some more positivity, and hopefully get you more set for what our episode will actually be. All right, everybody, have a magical day. I'll see you tomorrow morning.